Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to day two of fourth grade, day two back to school week. I'm so excited to be with you again today. So we are going to jump right into our literacy lesson so you guys can get started. We're going to be reading a story this week. So our first one, I'm excited about it. So before I get into our reading lesson for today, I want to show you the other part of literacy that we're working on right now. So anytime I say that we have literacy work to do, that could be reading, writing, or spelling. Okay, so real quick, I'm just going to share my screen with you. And show you, okay, what you need to do for spelling. So your spelling assignment, okay, if you go to it, I'm not sure how it shows up for you, but our spelling words for this week correspond to our reading story, okay? So like for reading today, we're starting off on page 18 in our My View book. So these words are directly from that. So you'll be able to see these words in your story. All right, so this just shows here is your list of spelling words for this week. They can also be found on page 18 of our My View reading book, like I just mentioned. Write your spelling words on paper 3 times each every day. Okay, so on like a sheet of notebook paper or whatever, if you have that at your house, or like some a spiral or something like that that you can use as your spelling journal, you'll want to write each word 3 times each, okay, and try to use neat handwriting, as neat as possible. So the first word is determination, okay, determination. So that means like if you're showing determination, you're trying like really hard to do something. We might say you're determined, okay? Like you might have a lot of determination or show a lot of determination to do well in school, or to learn to play an instrument, or to learn to play a sport better, or maybe there's a game that you play, some other kind of game, or maybe you have a lot of determination to start your own business one day, okay? So determination is our first word. Second one is independence, okay? Independence. So that means freedom, right? Like in America, we celebrate Independence Day on July 4th. So independence is just being free. We might say that a child has independence from their parents when they turn 18. Okay, so that is the point legally, that you're considered an adult, and you would have freedom from things that you might normally, have people authority over you for. Okay. Number 3 is specialized. Specialized. So something that is specialized is like made for a particular reason. There's something special about it. Like the word special is in that word. So we could say that someone, trying to think of a good example of this. Okay. Like that some bikes are specialized for riding on trails, while some are specialized for riding on the street, right? So you have like certain bikes, like mountain type bikes, those are specialized for the certain terrain that they're on. You have maybe like specialized glasses that are made for people. You have like specialized training, okay, like training that might be for a particular job. Um, so there's something different about something that's specialized, okay. Number 4, struggled. Struggled. So that just means like if I said, man, I struggled to get out of bed this morning, that just means it's hard. I had a hard time with it. It was difficult. Okay. Number 5, uh, confidence. Okay, confidence. So confidence, you could say, she had a lot of confidence that she was going to make a 100 on her spelling test on Friday. Okay, so confidence is just sort of like feeling good. Okay, like she had a lot of confidence, or he had a lot of confidence when they gave their speech in front of a large audience. Okay, so that might mean, you know, they did really well with it. They were feeling good. They handled themselves well. They weren't up there like nervous and falling apart. Okay, so the word that we might hear more often is confident. Might say that someone is confident. All right, but having confidence is what a person that is confident has. Or anyway, you guys get it. All right, so again, write those words 3 times, and we'll have a little quiz over them on Friday. Okay, so that covers spelling. Okay, so going back to our reading book, we're kicking it off on page 18. So what you guys are going to do is go just preview the vocabulary from the story, which again are our spelling words for this week. And it says the first part tells you about the author. Okay, so over to the side tells you a little bit about the author of the story. Okay, so it'll be kind of good to know background information on him, because remember, our focus for learning is going to be about being able to analyze the author's purpose from an autobiography. All right, so remember, an autobiography is a type of narrative nonfiction. So an autobiography is a story about someone's life that they wrote themselves. Okay, so when we read this little meet the author part, okay, that's the guy like that wrote the story, but it's also a story about himself. And remember, it's a factual story, okay, because it's nonfiction. So the first part, it says read. Use the strategies in the first read boxes to help you set a purpose for reading. Active readers of narrative nonfiction follow these strategies when they read a text the first time. Notice the real people and events in the story. Okay, so you'll want to pay attention to that. Generate questions to deepen your understanding of the topic. So think about what you're reading. Like, don't just read to get it out of the way. Okay, we have to learn to become readers that are really reading to find information, to expand our knowledge. Okay, remember we talked about what expand means yesterday. Connect ideas within the selection to other texts you have read. Okay, so maybe this story that we're reading is titled Reaching for the Moon, and so that tells me maybe it's something about space. So maybe there are other books or stories you've read about space at some point. And then it says respond by marking parts that relate to people or events in your life. So that's just thinking about your own life, the lives of people that you know, and things that may have happened to them or to you, and if there's anything in common. All right. So, and then you're going to turn the page and get started with the reading. Okay. So today you're going to read through page, let's see. Let's go ahead and do, there's a lot of pictures in here. Let's go ahead and read through page 29. Okay. Initially thinking 28, but let's do 29 because that kind of finishes off that little section. So you're reading from, again, we started off on 18. I just went over that for you, but you're going to read page 20 through 29 by yourself. Okay. And remember, read well, right? Don't just speed read. Okay. When we read, we don't need to be like if I'm starting off, the name my parents gave me was Evan Eugene, but the name my sister gave me was the one that would stay with me all my life since I was the only son. Everyone in my family called me brother, but right, we don't like if I'm reading like that, whether it's out loud or in my mind, um, I'm not paying attention to what's going on. Okay. So we really want to pay attention, like, hey, who's being talked about in this story? What are they doing? What is happening? Okay. Really pay attention and try to connect with the story. Put yourself in it as if you were like watching a movie. Okay. So read through, and then as you're reading, okay, you'll notice that there are little jobs for you to do on the side. Okay. Like this first one says explain author's purpose. Okay, remember author's purpose is why did they write this story? What was the point? So the first one says underline one or more sentences that show why Buzz Aldrin begins his story by talking about his childhood. Okay, so you're gonna underline the sentences that relate to that. On the following page, other one shows use text evidence. Highlight evidence in the text that helps you determine the author's purpose. So you can use a highlighter if you have a highlighter at home. If not, you can just continue to underline. Okay. Or if you have maybe like a pen or something that's a different color, or something that'll stand out, or even maybe like a colored pencil. I wouldn't use crayon or anything like that. That's probably a bit too messy. Although, yeah, let's stay away from crayon. No markers, no crayons, unless it's a highlighter marker. Okay. So just go through, read, and then, like I said, pay attention to what it's asking you to do on the side. And then I noticed through the story there, it also gives the definitions for our spelling words this week, which are the vocabulary words that we're paying attention to in the story. Okay. So that's what's going on for today. I did update our I think, remember I had an error in our schedule that was posted yesterday. So I did go in and update that. You guys can check that out on our Class Google site. and just kind of take a look at that daily schedule to see what time everything is happening. Today, you guys are going to be working on literacy until, actually, let me just show you real quick our schedule. Let's see. So that way, this is our spelling. That's not what I want to show you. What is it? Oh, hold on. Here we go. Okay. So, shows you're going to be working on literacy until 9:35. If you need help, okay, with stuff, I'm going to be on the live every day at 9 o'clock on the dot to help you with literacy, okay? Whether that be reading, writing, or spelling. All right, so if you need my help with something, then get on that live. If you're fine working independently, then that's okay. All right. But your specials, remember for today, are PE. And then we do have small group after specials. Okay, so if you'll remember, just after specials every day. Thursday is a little different, and we'll talk about that today. But jump into small group today. That's at 10:40, right after specials. And then I changed our read aloud to after our small group time before lunch. And then we got lunch and recess. We have math after that, which I'll be on for most of that time to help you. And we're going to actually work through some more stuff together today. Typically, you'll have independent work, but being that this is the first day of school and number lines can be kind of confusing sometimes, I want to make sure that I'm here to help you, okay, with the math. You have science and social studies in the afternoon on your own, but then I will be on live my office hours from 2:30 to 3 in case you guys or your parents have any questions, okay? So just wanted to share that with you. Remember, that's always going to be on our Google site under virtual schedule, okay? Our weekly agenda, we're not quite sticking to that to the T this week, just because we're trying to get things worked out with technology, and we're just a lot of newness going on with the first week of school. But at least if you look at that every week, it'll kind of give you some idea of what we're going to be learning, okay? All right, well, let me stop share. So I hope everything goes well with your reading. I hope that you guys enjoy this first nonfiction narrative we're going to read. And pay attention to how you write it, because you guys are going to be, like I said, writing your own nonfiction narrative. You're going to be brainstorming for ideas later this week. So anyway, I'll be on the live Google Meet. So you could just click on the link on Google Classroom, and should take you there. If you have any issues, then just send me a message on Dojo. Okay. All right. Hope everything goes well, and I will see you guys soon. All right. Bye.